Originally, I had planned to do a Levels from Hell video on the driving stages of this game back in fall of 2010. Unfortunately, that was around the time that my computer crapped out, which meant that my plan fell by the wayside. So now, finally, I'm really glad to be able to get back to these two levels, because I've wanted to tear them a new one for the longest time. These two levels... God fucking Christ, I hate them! They're like 6'2" in Ninja Gaiden. Everybody speaks of them like they're some kind of unholy terror. And you know what? They're right. So anyway, let's get into it. Levels from Hell, The Adventures of Bayou Billy for the NES, the driving stages. You start the fourth level out on a country road, and your mission is simple. Get from one end to the other without losing all your lives in the time allotted. Now this seems like the easiest thing in the world to do, but trust me, it's not. During your nice little road trip in Buttfucker Billy's Jeep, you're going to come upon a number of obstacles. And again, this might not seem so bad, but guess what? If you hit anything or anything hits you, you automatically lose a life. And I mean anything. If you hit a Jeep or a car, your Jeep blows up. If a plane drops a bomb on your Jeep, you blow up. If you strike a rock in the road, you blow up. If you so much as nick a post on the side of the road, your fucking Jeep blows up. And you don't even have to hit it going 80 miles an hour. No, you can fucking blow up your Jeep going at it like, what, 2 miles an hour? That's right, folks. You can break your Jeep, then slowly drive into the post going 2 fucking miles an hour and still blow the motherfucker up. What, is this fucking Jeep made out of nitroglycerin? Am I suddenly playing the video game version of Clouseau's Wages of Fear? The only thing that doesn't make your car blow up on contact is the puddles. Oh no, it just makes your Jeep even harder to control. As if the controls are that great to begin with. Speaking of controls, they suck too. You accelerate by pressing up, and you decelerate by pressing down. But the big problem comes in moving the car left and right. The Jeep's controls are so sluggish when you move it left and right that I swear the fucking vehicle is weighed down with cement. Compare it to another game, like say Rad Racer, where the controls are much smoother. The A and B buttons are used to brake and accelerate, and it's a hell of a lot easier to make turns. But in Bayou Billy's driving levels, the B button fires the Jeep's guns, and the A button launches a grenade into the air. And to decelerate during turns, you have to press down in the direction you're going in, which as you can well imagine is very awkward. And while I'm on the subject of turns, this fucking level has about 1 billion of them! Which might not be so bad, except for the fact that you have to avoid hitting posts and other vehicles when you go into turns. And some of the turns are so fucking tight that it's nearly impossible to avoid hitting anything. Especially when there's a vehicle nearby and you only have a split second to react. Like here, you mean to tell me I can't just knock the fucking guy off the road? Oh no, I just touch him once and blow up. But the worst thing has got to be the rocks. Every now and then you'll be driving along, dum-de-dum-de-dum, when suddenly out of nowhere a fucking rock will appear. And you have maybe a half a second to avoid it, otherwise you'll smash into it and lose a life. Where the fuck did these rocks come from? That's what I want to know. Did Gordon's goons deliberately leave them there, or did the highway department forget to pick them up or something? Honestly, I don't even know why they bothered to put them in there, because in the next level there's no fucking rocks in the road. And you get no goddamn warning or anything. No, it just fucking appears out of nowhere. And as if that isn't bad enough, you also have to worry about the time. When you start the level, you're given 99 seconds to get to the end of the road. I say seconds, even though it's more than a second per number. Yet despite the slower clock, you're still not given a lot of time to get down this road. In one spot, you can collect a gas can that'll give you more time. But in all likelihood, you'll probably avoid it thinking it's a rock. And even if you do get it, it still doesn't give you a lot of time. Now this level might not be such a pain in the ass if it wasn't for the clock. Well, that and the fucking one-hit deaths. But the clock turns out to be the real problem because with it, you cannot drive carefully. Instead, you gotta race down the goddamn road and hope you don't hit anything. Yeah, because it's so easy with the vehicles trying to crash into you, and the fucking planes dropping bombs, and the fucking rocks that appear out of nowhere. Oh, and let's not forget that hitting a fucking post going 2 miles an hour kills you too. And what happens if you run out of time? Well, your Jeep just blows up for no reason, and you lose a life. Wait a second, how can my fucking Jeep blow up if there's no gas left in it? It makes no sense. So remember, folks, if that little needle is inching towards E, you better get some gas in your car, else it's gonna fucking blow up. Here's an idea. Instead of having the Jeep blow up, why not just have it flicker away? Or how about not having a fucking time limit at all? Or at the very fucking least, maybe put some more gas cans on the road so I can get more time? But no, we can't do that. Oh, and look at this fucking road here. I'm driving from what? The Bayou to New Orleans. How long is that? Maybe someone from Louisiana can help me here. What is it, like 20 minutes? Maybe an hour at most? But going down this road, I feel like I'm going from Los Angeles to New Orleans. Look at how fucking long this road is. Christ almighty, they couldn't have made it a little bit shorter? Not to mention that the gameplay is so fucking repetitive. You drive down the road, you blast a jeep. You drive down the road, you blow up a plane. You drive down the road, you avoid a rock. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And the turns, dear lord, the fucking turns. Turns. I'm gonna get fucking motion sickness playing this game. If they had made this level just a wee bit shorter, it would have been a lot less repetitive. Another big problem is that you have a limited number of lives and continues to beat this level. Fuck up too much and it's all the way back to the beginning of the game. At long last, when you finally manage to get through this fucking level, you think, okay, that was really terrible, but at least it's over now, right? Think again, asshole! They had to give you another fucking driving level! Because one just wasn't good enough. Oh no, they had to throw in another one for you. Fuck you, Konami! Go suck liquid dog shit through a straw, you fucking cunts! Alright, maybe I'm overreacting just a little bit. Who, me? Never. Honestly, I don't think the next driving level is quite as bad as the previous one. And why, you might ask? Well, for one thing, at least they didn't put fucking rocks in the road. And for another thing, it's just the same shit as the previous level. Actually, I wonder why they even bothered to split it into 2 levels. Why not just make one pain-in-the-ass level and save the memory? In my opinion, the one thing that is worse in this level are the turns. They are so fucking long and tight that they are virtually impossible to navigate unless you just slam on the brakes. And once again, you have a time limit, so you can't go too slow. One other thing, maybe it's just me, but where the fuck is Gordon getting all this artillery from? He's an ordinary mob boss in New Orleans, and he has access to attack helicopters! What, did he raid an airbase or something? Oh, whatever, fuck it, it's a NES game, just go with it. So after going through even more of the same repetitive shit, you finally get to the end of the level. There's one other point that just drove me right up the fucking wall, and I'm so glad I got it recorded because I couldn't fucking believe this. So I'm right at the end of the 4th level, and I'm almost out of time. And just before I get to the end of it, the clock hits 0 and my Jeep explodes. Alright, fine, I lose a life and I have to keep on going. Not even 3 fucking seconds later, I reach the end of the level! So if I'd gotten to the finish line 3 fucking seconds earlier, I would have magically gotten more fuel and been able to go on. Fuck you, game. Before I wrap this review up, there's one other point that I want to mention. There's a Japanese version of the Adventures of Bayou Billy for the Famicom. It's called Mad City, and its driving levels are 100 times easier than the ones in the American version. Which is odd, because usually it's the other way around. Japanese games are typically harder than American ones. Now get this, in Mad City you're given a life meter and there's more time on the clock. You still blow up and lose a life if you hit other vehicles. But if a bomb from a plane hits you or you slam into a rock, you don't immediately die. Oh yeah, and there's no posts on the side of the road to hit, and the route is a lot more straightforward. Why couldn't we get this fucking game in America? But oh no, we had to be stuck with the hardest shit Bayou Billy game and the fucking driving levels. Thanks again, Konami! So in conclusion, a long and repetitive level is bad enough. But when it pulls cheap shit too, that's really the fucking final straw. This level may not be the worst that I've played for this month, but it's pretty high up there. This is Film and Stuff signing off. Thanks for watching. Fuck you, game.